Hey folks, Alex McMahon here of Evolved Nutritional Therapy. This is going to be the very first video I'm doing on a series on fat loss for women. Now, objectively speaking, women have a much more difficult time losing body fat than men do. What works as a really effective strategy in terms of nutrition and exercise for men to lose body fat isn't always going to be nearly as effective for a woman. Now, even on the opposite side of the coin, from woman to woman, there can be large differences in their hormonal profile, which will impact both their physiology and their capability to be able to lose body fat. Now, in the coming videos, we're going to be discussing a number of the different factors that impact a woman's ability to be able to lose body fat. Today, however, we're going to be discussing everything from the evolutionary lens. Now, in a very real sense, women are much more responsible for the survival of the human race than men are. And for that reason, they've actually evolved to handle energy deprivation much more efficiently than men have. That means that they can live in a much longer period of time in famines and in energy deprivation than a man can. Now, in times of famine, men are going to lose fat much quicker, men are going to lose weight quicker, men are also going to die quicker. Now, in times of survival, women's lives are actually prioritized over men's because of how quickly their body actually adapts to that energy deprivation and allows them to live longer on less. So that's phenomenal for a time of survival when it comes to energy deprivation. However, that makes it much more difficult for a woman to be able to adapt to lower energy intake and to be able to mobilize the body fat that they have on their body. Now, when you look at a diet, you need to think of it as any time that you go on a diet, it's actually a structured form of energy deprivation. So right away, you should know that your body is actually going to be pushing back on that much harder and that your body's also going to be quicker to adapt. Now, anytime that your body adapts when you're on a diet, that's what's going to cause diet plateaus and fat loss stalls. So essentially, right then and there, you can see that because a woman is much more efficient when it comes to times of energy deprivation, their ability to lose fat when resources are scarce, like on a diet, it's going to make it much more difficult for the woman to be able to mobilize and get rid of that last few pounds than it will be a man. Now, the last thing we're going to be discussing, which is probably the most important and helps to tie everything together, is that a woman's body is going to be able to store and preserve calories much more effectively for the sole purpose of pregnancy. So women are much more efficient at storing and preserving fat stores for the eventuality of pregnancy. One of the reasons for this is because pregnancy is one of the most energy and calorically demanding processes known to man. In a woman's body during pregnancy, they're literally conceiving, growing, and then giving birth to a whole other human being. So to wrap this all up, women store fat more effectively and handle starvation and energy deprivation much better than men because of how quickly they adapt, and then also their body's fighting back against that fat loss in the eventuality that pregnancy happens so that they have the reserves available to be able to both get pregnant, but then also to be able to grow the child and then to be able to give birth to the child as well. Now, in video 2 of this series, we're going to be discussing how a woman's body size plays a significant role in her ability to lose body fat. Go ahead and click the link below to go ahead and skip ahead, and I will see you in the next video. Hey folks, I'd like to offer you a free limited time 30-minute phone strategy session with me. We'll discuss what your current health, fitness, and fat loss goals are, the roadblocks that are preventing you from getting the results you desire, how as a coach I can help support you and keep you accountable, and then the simple and sustainable steps and habits you can start incorporating today to achieve the results you desire and to be able to actually keep them. Go ahead and click on the link below in the description, and I look forward to chatting with you on the phone.